I'd like you to welcome you to our show, Nisayah, the new show that's on the air that's all over the world. I have Dwayne Wiggins, who is one of the grandest stars out here today. He's really a big, huge star in the Bay Area and all over the world. How are you, Dwayne?
Wow.
Did I give you a proper?
You gave me my propers. I'm not mad, man. Thank you.
This is the king around here. I want you to tell the audience, we're going to go way back and come up to date. Tell the audience a little about your past, how you got started doing all this great music.
Man, I really started on the streets of Oakland, and that was my blessing. You know, I mean, at the age of 10, 11, you know, there was a lot of music in the Bay Area, a lot of musicians, a lot of bands, and I was inspired by people like Sly Stone, Graham Central Station, locals, you know what I mean, who were actually national and international artists. So, you know, it's no wonder why we dress the way we do. But besides that, you know, I grew up in a school system at that time where it wasn't just about the schools, where we had neighborhoods raising each other and looking out for each other. I grew up with the Panthers, you know, going through some of that system of, you know, where they checked us and made sure we were staying on top of our game in school or let us rehearse at their spot. So I was, you know, I grew up in Oakland when it was solid, you know what I mean?
Well, that's why you're so inspired to help so many others. I mean, coming up back in the day, because I remember you back in the day, and you have never given up. You've been moving straight forward and straight ahead. You've helped so many different artists. I know at one time you had Destiny's Child. You've had some real huge, you know, experiences going on in the Bay Area and outside of the Bay Area. And tell us a little about your family, because your family's sort of involved in, you know, in the music too.
Yeah, let's
yeah, you are the mayor of Oakland.
Look, I know. Oh,
yeah, he is the mayor of Oakland. I agree.
Seriously, they need a mayor like me. You know what? If
you know what? I agree
popularity
with that.
and bringing some good business here and good structure and people that understand. You know, you got to understand the past and the history. You know what I mean, to understand how to move forward. This city,
and most people don't.
It's a very wealthy city in culture, in business, in technology, and in politics. Goddamn me.
Well, you know what? When you said the mayor of Oakland, I know everybody's screaming in the background, but you really should be the mayor of Oakland, because you know all about the structure of this city from the streets on up.
For me, seeing and running alongside many of the past mayors, you know, I do understand a lot, you know, about infrastructure, and you got to have a nice team. In order to do that, you got to have a nice team, like someone like yourself.
Well, I'll be your assistant.
Hey,
I'll be your assistant.
Yeah.
No, we'll have it going on though. Yeah. But I mean, there's so much going on in the Bay Area. How do you see the changes coming about here in Oakland? Tell us about some of the changes that you've noticed over the years.
Well, what I've noticed is that there's a lot of people moving to Oakland, and Oakland is very diverse at this time. One thing I noticed is that, you know, we say what's the percentage rate that of African Americans in Oakland today? And I asked a lot of people that, and they're like, oh no, we're about 50, we're about 60%, we're 25%, bro.
Well, back in the day, it was all over. We owned a lot of businesses. We did some of everything. We controlled the music industry here in the Bay Area. But now, as you said, when I look down the streets of Oakland, I don't see too many of us anymore. So it's almost like we're being moved out. Is that what's really going on around here?
No, I just think that, you know, the climate is changing, and some people are seeking opportunity elsewhere because, you know, right now,
we've done everything here.
Yeah, we've done a lot here, and what we've done is never going to leave. You know, the history of Oakland and what it was built on will never leave. It may, you know, people out here may not understand what went on in Oakland in the past, but I mean, when you get outside of Oakland and you go to Cuba, you go to Paris, and you go to, hey, they talk about Oakland.
Right. Oakland is definitely on the map. Like I was talking to MC Hammer briefly, Oakland is definitely on the map. Yeah. You know, but like you said, a lot of people are moving out of here and going elsewhere, but the structure and the foundation is still here of us.
Definitely, it's going to always forever be here. Now, like I said, there's a lot of things that are changing, and I appreciate the change that's going on here because, but we just have to recognize the opportunities.
Well, what would you like to see change here, and how can the people of Oakland get more in tune to what's going on here?
I just would like to see our people have a lot more solidarity with each other.
I think
simple. You know what I mean? It's real simple. You know, if we make any one of us make the other one look bad, you don't look good.
We got to stop hating on one another.
Right. If you look whack, I'll look whack. We look whack. That's just what it is. So you know, shaming each other is not a good thing. Whether you believe in what a person's doing or not, respect is first and foremost. But we can start right there. I like you to see all our people even start understanding right now. You know, we're in a cold recession. worldwide.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard. The times out here are hard. So we all have to come together and support one another and love one another. I think love is the key.
Yeah. Yeah, love is the key, you know, and it sounds like a crazy cliche, but, you know, truthfully speaking today, you know, it's about loving yourself, and if you can love yourself, you'll love others.
Well, I love the way you dress. Now, tell me about your family. Your sons are performing. I saw them earlier. They're called Pop Life?
They're called Pop Life, like Prince's song Pop Life, but life spelled L-Y-F-E. So yeah, they're on Facebook and every other type of media thing, but basically Pop Life is a TV show that we're doing out here in Oakland, and I'm trying to campaign to get it done in Oakland, not about Oakland, filmed in Hollywood. I'm trying to bring the business here. And
you've always been about Oakland, Mayor Wiggins.
You know, I mean, Oakland has been, you know, my foundation, and I'm not saying that just to say it. I never saw all of this in my life, but I've seen some tremendous things worldwide because of what I learned on the streets of Oakland. But there was opportunity on the streets of Oakland. Now, you know, my father taught me back in the day. You know, when you clean your yard, you might as well clean up everything down the street because the junk is going to end up in your yard anyway. Right. That's meaning watch out. You know, kind of like cover everything around you. That's how Oakland and everybody thought. You know, you wanted to know who your neighbor was. Right. You're trying to look out. You know.
Now, what kind of message would you give the young people because they're killing one another like rapidly here in Oakland? They're just going crazy and going off. What do you think the cause of that really is, other than economics?
You know what? I just those people that whatever so-called hard brothers, sisters out here shaming each other and killing each other. You just don't understand. You falling for the biggest joke of life. And you're all being played. You're seriously being played, killing each other. And we look over here like this. The brother got killed by the BART policeman and the whole bit. And we out here rallying this, that, and another. And we shoot each other down back and forth like we mean nothing to each other. And you're really looking like clowns, folks. I'm telling you, man, that's not pimpish, that's not player style, that's not whatever you want to think it is. Wake up, be a sharp hustler if you're going to be a hustler at all. That's all I have to say.
You know, I saw your sons perform. They are they're just phenomenal. They are so talented. Well, we know where the talent came from. It came from you, but they are brilliant. They're just beautiful. Are you going to do a reality show?
Well, the show it's called The Pop Life, and it's somewhat reality, but it's somewhat skated out, you know what I mean? But it's there basically to bring a lot of focus on the youth, because the youth is our foundation. So, and I really want to have that show shot out here. It's like about the little Tonis. So there's a lot of information that we grew up with, and if we can bring it via through my kids, you know, I mean, I'm actually learning from them right now. They read and score and all that stuff. Me? I play by ear. I grew up in the church, and that's what it is. But I'm actually learning from them. And I mean, through them, I've learned a lot of patience for a lot of bullshit I deal with in the life, in the world, you know. Dealing with my kids, I mean, it makes it easier to walk out of my house and deal with anything problem
that's going on out here. You know. Well, I was told you're a great father. I met your real father the other day. Oh, he was so precious. I fell in love with him. He's so cute, and he's just so precious, and he just speaks so nice about his family. He said, I just love my family. They so talented.
I play guitar. My father gave him first guitar.
Play guitar?
Yeah, I lived off 16th and Street right over there across from Defirmary Park. That's why I got this knot on my head.
Oh, okay.
That's why I don't get this fixed. This is for real game. Defirmary Park, you know what I mean? Late 60s, you know? So, yeah, my father used to play, he still plays blues, but, you know, he used to take me to all the blues joints, you know.
Tell the audience his name.
Charlie Wiggins.
Yeah, he's bad. He's bad.
Charlie Wiggins, yeah, blues guitarist and singer, and he used to take me to all the blues spots out there when we were younger. So naturally I picked up the blues.
And you have a beautiful sister, Loretta, too. I mean, you have such a beautiful family.
Yeah,
and all you guys are so tight.
Yeah, Lynn, Sheila, my guy, Marva. I don't know if you ever met Marva. She passed away, but she's still here. My mom, my dad, my other dad. I got Dukes. My mother, Mary, and people know her as Mary Wiggins, Mary Shaw, and then...
Well, you have a beautiful family. I've met a few of them. I love them all. Loretta is really sweet, your sis. Yeah. And
you meet my girl? You meet Michelle?
Oh, yeah. Not for just a second, just a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we got to get to know her a little bit better.
I got to bring her around. She's in the cut. She's the rock, making sure everything stays focused behind me. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, Sly Stone was a good buddy of mine back in the day. Yeah. You kind of remind me of him on stage a little bit, you know. But I know you have a lot of mentors. Who's some of your mentors that really knock you off?
You just said one of the most, one of them.
Yeah, I love Sly.
And then Larry Graham, of course. If people don't understand that the thump on the bass, that was created right here in East Oakland.
Wow.
At a church, you know what I mean, by Larry Graham. And it's not one person that picks up a bass that doesn't thump. That started in Oakland, so just leave it at that. Just not any bass player.
Ultra talented people right here in Oakland.
Just like, we always come up with some crazy things and change the game. You had Hammer. which is why you had someone like Puffy.
Right.
You know what I mean? He changed the game of hip-hop to the numbers to be whatever it is.
I love the way he performed yesterday. I just love it.
Man, you know what I mean?
Awesome.
And that's the truth. The Tonys, you know, for us, I think what we brought to the game is what they call neo soul.
Yeah, neo soul is
Yeah. We just call it real soul. Somebody's put neo on it, whatever. We with it, so we appreciate it. In Vogue.
In Vogue. Oh, they were fabulous. I heard them a few minutes ago.
Destiny's Child, you know, when I
Those were your groups, right?
Yeah, I signed them, and when I did that back in the day, all they used to talk about is In Vogue. And so they wanted to set the mold as being, you know, just being that top female group, you know what I mean, with style and class and cool and everything. So they patterned themselves a lot behind In Vogue, and that's from Oakland.
Well, you know, everything you do turn to gold here in Oakland with the artists.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a king right here. He is the king.
You know, hold on now. I brought Alicia Keys to Oakland, to West Oakland. I don't know if you know. That's how we hooked up. You know, back in the day, she came to West Oakland. Was supposed to stay at this hotel here, the Marriott, but she came to West Oakland in the spot. She ended up staying you know, in the lower bottoms. You know.
That's something.
That's something real. Yeah. Since I've been blessed, man, to meet some.
You got to bring them up.
Well, I mean, we all learn from each other, I guess.
That's beautiful. Well, you work together with the artists. That's why you're so loved here in the Bay Area. Now, tell me about Toni. The lead singer is also your brother.
No, he's a cousin.
Oh, he's a cousin.
Amar Khalil, yes. And believe it or not, he was like there before the group started in the whole bit. Him and Raphael, like, you know, we're real close in the dance troops and all that type of stuff. So that flavor came a lot from Raphael, our cousin Elijah, and then Will, Amar, the whole thing. So naturally, when Raphael went solo in like 97, Amar, you know, fell right in because he's right there when the stuff was created. So, and it's keeping it family. And so, as you can see, it's been about the music, and we've traveled worldwide. And I mean, it's always been about that. There were some crazy things in the media, you know, our personal family stuff got into it, but it's never been nothing that crazy. Just, you know, when.
Well, you know, when I was in London, you don't know this, but I had some people stop me on the street. Do you know Toni? I said, yeah. So you guys are known, you know. When I was overseas, a lot of people would ask me about you guys.
Man, we spent a lot of time over there, you know, and that was life-changing for us, you know, coming out straight out of Oakland. Some of the guys coming straight out of Castlemont High School, all of a sudden in another country, not knowing how to eat the food, or, you know what I mean, how to maneuver and work. It was a cold learning experience, you know what I mean? Yes, it was.
So what are your plans now? Where are you getting ready to go now? I mean, you know, it's always something new with you.
I think I was playing Lexington, Kentucky, coming up, something in New York, and if all goes well, some part of Africa. But, you know, whatever, I'm going to do this for life. This is it. This is what I do.
It's a part of you. It's what you do. That's the way I feel about interviewing. It's us. It's you. It's you. You're the star. You're the star all the time.
No. But, you know, real talk, I interview people take it and know on the light. It's like a conversation and nothing no more, no less. You know what I mean? If you ain't nothing to talk about, then shut up. But, I mean, I got a lot to talk about, as you can see. And we, you know.
I could interview you for another hour because there's so much history in you and there's so much to talk about. Yes, and I've loved and watched you over the years. I love your music and all the people that you've created music for. I mean, you're just beautiful.
Likewise, you know.
Oakland loves you.
Yeah.
The world loves you.
I love Oakland. I love the world.
So I know we've been stressed with trying to get this interview in. Everybody want to interview you, so we're not going to keep you on camera too much longer. So I'd love to do you again.
Yes, whenever.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for this interview. It was rough trying to get it.
You know, it was just some people confused with what was going on. It's too easy.
I know. But it's beautiful, and I love your dress, and I love your music, and I love you. You're beautiful. Thank you for being on Nisayah, the show, the new show, all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Toni, star Dwayne Wiggins.
Yes, thank you very much.